Hi guys, it's Tiny Little Whispers ASMR. Today I wanted to speak with you guys about stress and give a few tips on how we can handle stressful days. Some of you may have come to this video with an elevated stress level, or you may even be experiencing a panic attack. Before we begin talking about ways to cope and handle our stress, I first want to make sure that we are calm and ready to listen. You may now check your heart rate to see if your heart is beating fast or at a good beats per minute. I will check my heart rate as well during this time. If your heart is beating on the faster end, I would like for you to take a deep breath through your nose and then out through your mouth. Let's try this. This should help calm your heart. In through your nose and out through your mouth. I'm sure you can feel your heart rate going down as we do this. Let's try this a few more times. In through your nose, out. We're going to take one more breath. As you breathe in, allow all of your lungs to fill with air all the way down to your stomach. Make sure you take a very deep, full breath. Now, let's check our heart rate again and see where we're at. I hope your heart rate has slowed down at this point in time. If you still find your heart beating fast, I would recommend drinking half of a glass of room temperature water. If you happen to be dehydrated, this can cause problems, it can cause stress, and it can cause anxiety. After you drink some water, we can start working on some muscle relaxing techniques. An area where I hold tension in my body is right here in my shoulders. Throughout the day while I'm working, my shoulders tend to go higher and higher towards my ears. I also hold a lot of my stress right here in my jaw and the corners of my jawline right in front of my ears. We're going to take another very deep breath in. This time, as you breathe out, I want you to release any tightness or tension that you may have in your muscles. My goal for myself is to have my shoulders lower and be relaxed. So once again, I'm going to breathe through my nose. My shoulders come up, out through my mouth. And now my shoulders feel much more relaxed. A lot of you may carry your stress in other places of your body. Some of you may get headaches. Others may get migraines. Some have back problems. And others have stomach issues. All of these different areas of pain can be caused by stress. In order to relieve any discomfort or pain, one must learn how to de-stress on a regular basis. I want to do one more check of our heart rate. And if our heart rate is doing well, we can continue on to talk about ways to cope with stress on a daily basis. At this point, my heart is beating at a healthy level. We can now talk about stress and different ways for us to handle our stress throughout the week. Personally, my stress takes form in muscle tension, like I said earlier, here in my shoulders, as well as my jaw and right in front of my ears. I do sometimes experience migraines as well. Of course, one way of easing any tension that may be in the muscle area is to get massages on a regular basis. I have found that seeing a massage therapist really helps me to de-stress. Another thing that helps me to de-stress and release the tension from my muscles is I see a chiropractor on a regular basis. Seeing a chiropractor can really help. It can help fix some of the problems that daily stresses can cause in our lives. Another thing that I like to do in order to relieve any stress or tension is I have a self-massager at home that lays over my shoulders, and I tend to use this after a long day. While all of these things are great, and they definitely help relieve my stress, and I hope they will help relieve yours, we ultimately need to fix the root of all of our stress and the problem. A lot of us think or say that other people are the causes of our stress, but a lot of our stress can be fixed and healed right up here. On a weekly basis, I have a very stressful job. Whenever I get stressed at work, my brain and mind starts to overthink and overreact to all situations. What one needs to do when they are experiencing any form of stress is to take a moment to practice mindfulness. They also want to reset your brain and then come back looking at the problem with a fresh perspective in order to find a solution to whatever stress you may be experiencing. When I start to feel stressed or my brain starts to go to some places that I'm not comfortable with, a quick, easy reset for me is getting up and taking a short walk around my office building. Of course, we cannot do this at all times, but getting up and having a little bit of movement really helps my body to reset. After I have walked around, typically for 5 minutes, I have found that the change in pace really helps reset my brain. I'm not thinking in the same rut that I was before I got up and started moving. Usually, when I approach my desk again, I like to take a few deep breaths in through my nose and out through my mouth. And while I do that, I focus on relaxing my shoulders. When I sit back down at my desk, I feel slightly more refreshed than when I had gotten up in the first place and felt the first signs of stress. As long as I practice this and do this early on, I have found that I end up not panicking or stressing as bad as I could. Several times throughout the day, I also focus on my shoulders. I roll them back, but also make sure that they are relaxed at the same time. I also unclench my jaw, as when I concentrate or am focused very hard, this area and this area gets rather tight. I do a few deep breaths and drink some water, and that typically helps relax those muscle areas. There are many other ways that we can work on focusing to get rid of our stress. Practicing mindfulness, as well as imagining that you're in your happy place. This can also help relieve any temporary stress that you may be feeling. I hope that in the future we can talk about other ways to help relieve stress. I will put a link in the description box down below for a book that I ended up reading that really helped me take control of my stress and my mind. I hope you guys enjoyed this relaxing video, and I hope you feel nice and calm after watching this. If there are any subjects that you would like for me to discuss during my ASMR videos, please let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I hope that you feel nice and calm and relaxed. Let's do a few more deep breaths together before I have to go. In through your nose. Feel all of your muscles relaxing. Make sure